Thank you, Prof. Can you give, from 1 to 10, can you rate Jubilee government achievement since since they took over power?
One thing that people must know, that a lot of things that Jubilee boasts about that it is doing, especially in infrastructure, they inherited from the coalition government. The standard gauge railway was something was first of all conceived in the NAC government through Vision 2030 and National Economic and Social Council. And I was their spanning minister when we would have had a German engineer come to Kenya, and I took him to Statehouse to demonstrate to President Kibaki our standard gauge railway from Mombasa to Nairobi, going all the way to Rongai, and from Rongai going all the way to Turkana into Sudan would look like. His idea was that rather than go through Isiolo and all that, we could have this railway going up through Rongai and going to Turkana. At that point in time, the Japanese already knew that Turkana had a very high potential for oil, so we needed to connect Turkana to the coast. Okay, well, that never worked with this German entrepreneur. But the idea of being a standard gauge railway was there. So when President Kibaki and Prime Minister Raila Odinga were negotiating with the Chinese, an agreement was signed between the Kenyan government and the Chinese government to build the standard gauge railway at a cost much lower than what the Jubilee people have had now. Because I think what the Jubilee has done with that standard gauge railway from Mombasa to Nairobi is about $250 million more than what we did, if I remember well.
So you cannot really give them any mark. I mean, how many marks can you give them?
So essentially, I must congratulate them for implementing that SGR, standard gauge railway, which we, both NAC and coalition government, planned. What they did when they came in was to renegotiate the deal with the same.
Why had they to do that?
Because they wanted to be cost high, according to them. I mean, I think just padding the thing with a little bit more money so that people could eat. That's what I.
You know, Prof, they are blaming you pretty much. I mean, the NAC government, they're blaming you that you are the people who really made huge mistakes, and they had to come and
make mistake doing what?
I mean, you didn't the way the projects were to be carried out. It's as if the NAC. They were calling them the NAC government, but then also wanted to eat something. I mean, they were getting some kickback.
No, that's not really true. Because first of all, the NAC government conceived the thing under the Vision 2030. You know, Vision 2030 had flagship projects that governments coming into power between now and 2030 had to implement, because we were planning for the future. We were planning, say, not just when NAC is in power, but any other government that comes, this is in the interest of Kenya. Vision 2030 was for Kenyans, not for a particular government. And secondly, we set up two very important institutions to deliver Vision 2030. The Vision 2030 Secretariat, as well as the National Economic and Social Council. These two institutions, Jubilee has killed. So Jubilee is now carrying out Vision 2030 institution without a Vision 2030 Secretariat, nor a National Economic and Social Council. We don't know Uhuru and Ruto doing these things in a very bad way. You see what I mean?
We understand you.
Yeah, so you can implement the same ideas, but in ways different from how they were conceived. The ideas will still be implemented, all right, but in the end, they cost the country more. Our children will have to pay this debt for a longer time. We didn't envisage it that way, okay? So, and David D has, in many of his writings, pointed this out to Kenyans, not me. If I did, people would say you are doing it because you are defending what you people did. No. And if you read even the East African, which at one point was comparing the cost of doing the SGR in Kenya as compared to doing it in Tanzania, it was almost 5 times more expensive, the Kenyan than the Tanzanian one. If you compare the cost of doing it in Kenya with what they're doing in China itself,